Hey guys, James here with some new comic book reviews. I want to start off this week. Whenever I went to the comic shop the other day, I forget whose video it was. They were talking about getting posters from the comic shop, and so I thought about it, and I was like, "Hey, I wanted some new posters to put up in my comic room," and I just asked them if they had any extra posters or stuff they were getting rid of, so they gave me a couple of things. They gave me this New 52 Batman, the zero issue poster, and they gave me this little two-sided. This is the new Valiant title coming out, Shadow Man. The other side of it has Bloodshot and Harbringer on it. So it's pretty cool. For free, can't beat it. And it's just cool different things. And they said every week they have stuff like that they get, and I was welcome to them, so I can consistently get some little stuff like that to hang up in my comic book room, and I thought that'd be cool. So also I wanted to talk about a quick haul I got. It was just a couple of comics, but they were really key to my Batman collection. So it's issue 404 and 405 of Batman. It's the first two of year one. So I got these for a really, really good deal. Found them on eBay. Really happy to get them. So wanted to show those. Alright, so let's get into the new comic book reviews. Me and PBR. First off, I want to talk about Conan. This is issue 9, I believe, or 8, I'm sorry, issue 8. A new artist yet again. It's Lasilis Lolos. Probably gutted that name. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it. The story is great. It's Brian Wood writing it. Love the story. You have Conan and Balit, and they're in Samaria now. They're chasing down this group of people that are slaughtering villages and burning them to the ground, and they're saying they're doing it in the name of Conan. So they're saying they're Conan doing it and his party, and so Conan's trying to stop that, and Belit is kind of holding up the whole production of them moving quickly because she's not used to the terrain. She's from the desert, and she is great on the seas. She's a sailor or a desert person, but in the highlands in Samaria, she can't travel very quickly. So, really good story. And this is the problem I have with this. The art in it is horrific. This is the big scene in it. I don't know if you can tell. Let's see if I can get close enough that you can see it. See how the eyes in that are? Like, that's just the first big picture there. This big splash, 2-page splash page, and his eyes look like one of them swelled shut. The art in this is distractingly bad for me. I don't know if it's trying to do like a manga thing with this or what it is, but let's see if I can find another good example here. Or just some pictures like this. It's just not good at all. There's another one. Look at Conan down here at the bottom of that. To me, that is just horrible. This is one of my favorite titles. Evidently, this guy's going to finish up this story arc, so I think it's one more issue, and then we get a new artist. But Dark Horse, can you keep an artist for 12 issues maybe, or 6 would be nice. This is the third artist in 8 issues. So I want to show you kind of, this is the first Conan, obviously not from this week, but I want to show you this is Becky Cloonan doing the art. So you have this for Becky Cloonan's art. Which I really like. She has a little bit of that independent manga style too, but it's not. It's still good art. It's nice and clean. So that's Becky Cloonan. And then we went to James Herron, who does like the Hellboy stuff. It was at BPRD, that's what it's called. And his stuff, it's a little different, but again, kind of that same manga style. But again, it's clean. It looks nice. There's nothing that looks, out of sorts about it. I mean, the faces look normal. They have a style to them, but they don't look like one eye swelled shut when it's not supposed to be. I mean, I don't understand how that art is acceptable in any way. And as Dark Horse stuff goes, this is probably my favorite title that they do. It's Conan. And it was very disappointing for this issue to have that art. Very distracting. The story's great. I'm sticking with the title, don't get me wrong, but it was a huge disappointment to see that. So now let's go on to another Dark Horse title, another Brian Wood title actually, The Massive. This is part 1 of 3, The Black Pacific. And here they go to Somalia and trying to get supplies, and it's kind of hard to talk about this issue. Like all the stuff with the Massive is hard to talk about without giving away anything. But I still feel like we're in a lot of world building with this. I'm going to give it to the end of this story arc to see if I stick with it as far as single issues. If it doesn't get a little more into the main story before then I'll probably go to picking it up in trade other than the single issues. But I really like it. Art is fine. Brian Wood's storytelling, I think, is excellent. I just wanted to get kind of a little further along. So that's all I have to say about The Massive. Been waiting for this. So we have He-Man and Masters of the Universe, issue 2. Now, see down here at the bottom, you've got a bazillion authors and artists for this. Basically, I think it was Keith Giffen who was originally writing it. Now it's James Robertson, or vice versa. I can't remember. But this is it's pretty good. I really enjoyed the first issue. The second issue kind of carries on. You have Adam, who's He-Man. He doesn't know. He can't remember his past, so he gets captured by Trapjaw, and they're trying to take him to basically to a trial to execute him, because that's what Skeletor wants. And he meets up with Teela, and he tries to make his escape, and he does. But you kind of you see a little more about the story. This is pretty good, but it's I don't think it's as good as the first issue, so I kind of wonder why they changed authors. The art in it's nice. I'm trying to find this one thing that in all these DC issues this week they have a little tribute to Joe Kubert in it, and I'll see if I can find it in here. I'd like to show it. It's really nice. I like it right here. So Joe Kubert from 1926 to 2012, Our Hero. So you got the Sergeant Rock thing there, and I thought that was really cool. It's in all the DC issues this week, or at least all the ones I got. But so if you read the first He-Man and you liked it, this is pretty good. I don't think it's as good as the first one, though. So I'll probably keep going with this. I think this is a 6-issue miniseries, and they're talking about trying to make it a ongoing. So we'll see how I'll finish out the miniseries, obviously, and then we'll see from there. Manhattan Projects, issue 6. So it's kind of going back to a character, an issue again, and I understand that in some ways. They're really they're building in a scientist at a time, or a general, or whatever the character is. They're building that. Each issue is building on one of those characters, and they're pushing it all together. They're trying to drive it all together. It's Jonathan Hickman doing this. I really love the way they do the art in this. The art's pretty with the coloring with it. I mean, you can see like the blues and the reds. These just signify like flashbacks or flash forwards, and just your timeline's dictated by it. And it's real pretty. I like it. But again, this is something I'm thinking about going to in trade. I always look forward to these issues coming out, but I land at the point where I get 30 issues a month, and I don't feel like I need that many. I kind of want to drive down to more quality instead of so much quantity, and so this is one I may drop in the trade, but it's still really good, and I highly suggest it for reading. I know I've suggested a lot of people to pick up the first trade of this, and I stand by that. I think it's a really good series. I just think maybe it reads better as a trade because the way it doesn't seem to pull everything together every issue. It doesn't seem to all come together every issue. It's just a character at a time, and then every 3 or 4 issues they start pulling a little bit of a plot together. And I think it would read better as that trade. So on to Cross Badlands issue 13. Even the cover of this one is disturbing. That's a nurse in a children's or in a nursery. All the babies are shot. I mean, that's really crazy. Anyway, this is the last issue of this story arc, and our main character in this, Yellow Belly, he has been the bikers are taking on the Cross. He has them fighting them. He ends up meeting up with this guy, and I figured out who this guy was as soon as this issue started. He's the guy from the Cross Psychopath series, I believe. Don't remember his name, but Basically, he has him. It's just the beginning of the issue. I don't really want to talk about what he does. But ends up he goes through this with this biker gang. They beat this first coming of the cross, this first wave, and they're back and they're drinking and they're partying, and they send him off with this girl, and he ends up telling her that he shot one of the women by accident, thinking she was crossed, and she really wasn't. Well, she's going to tell, so he ties her up and goes out, and the reason he ties her up is because he wants to tell the biker gang himself. Not the brightest idea. They're getting ready to kill him, and in come more cross, and it's cops that have turned cross, so it's like these cop cars rushing in, and he escapes. He fights his way out. First time he's kind of stuck up for himself, and he grabs the girl that he tied up and frees her, and they escape to the woods. And I'll let you see what happens if you read this. I don't want to spoil it, but end of this story arc. And I think this might be the end of my picking up the cross. It's good, but it's it's $4 an issue, and it's twice. It's bi-weekly, so it's twice a month, and I'm trying to cut back. So this is something also that's probably going to go. Okay. So all this is kind of what I've reviewed so far is some stuff that's mediocre to good, but not great. And that's what I want to get to, where I'm just buying books that I think are great. The rest of the money I'd rather save for getting back issues or quality key issues of Silver Age books or Golden Age books. Instead of spending so much monthly on books that I'm going to find in 3-6 months in 50-cent or dollar bin. So Harbringer number 4. This book, in my opinion, is great. Every issue of this I've absolutely loved. Our main character is in the Harada, I think. Let me see how you can say that. He's in the school. He kind of has, I don't know if they're delusions or not, or maybe it's part of his psyop powers that he sees his friend Joe, and he just kind of tells him little things like, "Hey, I'm here," or there, or whatever. Anyway, he's not liking the school much. He wants to get out. They keep pressuring him. One of the big things they pressure him about is seeing if he can awaken the people that have latent psionic powers, because they have to awaken them with this machine, and a lot of times it kills them. So they want to see if he can awaken them just with his psionic powers. And they have this girl, he tries to do it, and it almost kills her, and he stops. And he goes to his room. One of the women comes in there, one of the teachers basically says, "Hey, I'm going to shut down the systems for 5 minutes and you can escape." So he does. He goes looking for his buddy Joe. Well, when he gets there and he finds Joe, he's kind of like in this, probably an abandoned building or whatever, and there's these other homeless people around, and his buddy's dead. What a fantastic story. A little more goes on after that I don't want to give away. In fact, you're not even sure if he's actually dead, if this kid's actually dead, his buddy. This is, as far as I'm concerned, this is Valiant's best Best title out so far. I've dropped Exo Man of War. I didn't pick up Archer and Armstrong or Bloodshot. Shadow Man comes out in November. I may look into that. I may pick up an issue or two to see if I like it. But if you're not picking up this, you're definitely missing out. This is the best thing they've come out with. The art's good, the story's good, and the idea behind it's awesome. So, I absolutely love that. Pick of the week. No surprise here. Batman issue 0. You've got the first story and art is Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo. And you also have a backup story in here that is very good. So, the opening story, you have this Red Hood gang. It's from 6 years before. They are going in and robbing a bank, and Bruce Wayne has infiltrated them. And this is before I think he's taken on the the mask of the Batman. So, and he's questioned by, well, the bank robbery goes bad. He kind of escapes, but the Red Hood gang realizes that somebody had infiltrated him. It's a really good story, but the end of it, they continue it till 2013 sometime, so that's evidently where we're going to find out more of what happens in that story. That disappoints me. Backup story again is really good. It's trying to see here if it says it's a story of all the past. Oh yeah, okay. James Tynion is the writer. Andy Clark is the artist. I enjoyed the art in this. I know somebody is going to have to take over for Capullo at some point in time, and this guy would work for me. I like the art in this. But anyway, the secondary story follows up, and it shows all the previous Robins. So you've got Tim Drake and Dick Grayson and Jason Todd, and you also have Batgirl in this. But it's Batman. I mean, this is good stuff. Scott Snyder is a fantastic writer. The backup writer for this did a really good job. And from last week reading the 0 issues, I was like, this is horrible. Why are they even bothering with this? And now this week, I see this 0 issue, and I'm really excited. The only disappointment in it is that I don't get to finish the story until 2013. So, this week, honestly, I think this is one of the best weeks in comics that I have in general, because you get Batman, you get The Massive, you get Conan, Harbringer. Like, there's all these titles that are, really titles that I want to keep getting, and I really enjoy. And so I'm trying to look at, my collection in that way of what I want to, hey, where do I want to invest my money to buy something like that? And so I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do, like how much I want to drop, or do I want to drop it or not, and spend the money on something else. But fantastic week for me. I know I'm saying a lot of this stuff is mediocre to good, but compared to the past couple of weeks, this everything is almost like a step above the past couple of weeks. So go out and get some new comics. I hope you enjoyed my reviews. If you did, please like. If you didn't, dislike. Just let me know why, please, in the comments. If you're your first time here, so please subscribe. And thanks for watching, guys. Until next time.